All right. So this is a HP Media Center M7 160N. Has a Pentium D processor, runs on Windows XP. I actually just removed one of these plastic brackets that kind of determines what how many slots are available to put things in here. So this kind of is it holds everything in place. It's kind of like an external an additional internal bracket. So I actually just removed that, and I'd really like to see if I can use the power unit here, which is 300 watt output on a gaming computer I'm building. When I turn it on, there's a beep that occurs. So I'm trying to see in it, when I use of course I use the DVI because there's a graphics card in here, but real base graphics card. What I'd like to do is I want to see if I remove the graphics card and the additional hard drive plug-in here. So this has been adapted. The power supply has been adapted to allow an additional graphics card input. So I want to see if I remove that, or not an additional graphics card, additional hard drive, right? So I want to see if I remove this and remove the graphics card, if I can use the base motherboard to like see one, if it's still beeping, and then two, if it's still beeping, from there I'll see if I can at least test the power supply out. It runs, but I want to try to see if I can isolate the issue. So additionally, I have the way that these media centers worked. They work with old versions of let's say video, older video hardwares and softwares. So let's say I have iMovie, or like I have an older iMac or something like that, or an older version of like Sony Vegas, and I have old DV tapes and I want to be able to access them. Well, those old DV tapes from the video camera use older FireWire, and of course, if you're familiarized with old school video from the early 2000s, you should be very familiarized with red, yellow, white, video composite, S-Video 2, older FireWire, things of that nature. So I'd like to be able to use the body itself. So, and I have to remove a couple elements to isolate the beeping noise that's coming from it. So there's a few instances where I'm seeing value in this, besides tearing it apart for parts. I probably should get a shorter screwdriver for this, but actually, instead of that, let me see if how do I want to tackle this? It's too much. It's a real tight fit. I don't know what tools I have available to me right now that I can use on some of this. Take this extra bracket out, maybe. Now it's got a rivet into it. I don't think I can't really remove that. That'd be helpful. Maybe I can. Yeah. That's a little more helpful. There's an extra support bracket in the bottom. I have to take the faceplate off. So this extra support bracket down here is held in through 4 screws, so I had to take the faceplate off so I can get to that. Oh, shit. There goes a screw. Yeah, it's dusty. Most of the time I work on computers, I try to vacuum them off before I start working on them, but it's nighttime and I don't feel like doing that right now. There's a rivet. Huh. Interesting. So I can't... Shoot. I can't do anything with that. Huh. If I can take this. I can make more space in there to get the screwdriver in, and then take off the fastening screws for this in the back, by making that space. All right, cool. Actually, it's kind of a cool adapter. I might keep that. I don't see that very often. Nice. Okay, hard drive is in there. Let's see if I can. What the fuck is this? Do I have? Yes. I guess that was being used to tighten that in a makeshift fashion. Come on. Shit, dude. There. Okay, so that... yeah, that really wasn't being used for anything. Where's the other half of it? Damn. I just had it. Alright, let's see. Can I... oh, there it is. Okay. Ah! It's the whole... Alright, so it's a 250 gig Western Digital. Seems like it's... so this is normally what you're looking at like this. This is what it is internally from the front, and internally kind of like internal looking out. So I'm gonna take that off of there, dismount that. What year is this? It's 2005, so it's like, what, 18 years old? Yeah. If it's 2023 and this is 2005, 18-year-old hard drive, test it out. See if it makes any clicks, noises, whatever. I can reformat that, then put that in a unit to turn around and sell, or keep it. But I'll probably put in a unit to turn around. I don't really have any interest in more 250s. Yeah, I was told this off to the side. Huh. This must have just been extra screws. All right. So very good. Take out this. Does it have a front support on it? It does not, I don't think. Oh. Yep, whatever. All right, cool. So, ATI Radon. X1300 Pro PCIe 256 megabyte. Yeah, nothing too crazy wild special. Kind of what I would expect to find. Pretty standard budgetary, or maybe like for the time, but you know, pretty standard for a budget. So that's nice. Let's see, what am I really after? I'm also taking a look at how many of, because I'm really, like right now, I'm more after the power supply to see if I can, you know what, I guess first and foremost, since I got that out and I wanted to isolate the problem, the beeping issue, I'm gonna keep the power supply in it for the time being. Reformat, so keep the power supply in, reformat the drive, plug the drive back in with a base Windows OS. The problem is that when I reformat computers, this is set and able to handle a Windows XP. Most of the time, Windows XP machines can handle up to about a Windows 7 OS. So I'm going to see if I have a Windows 7 or a Windows 8 on my my boost, my what do you call them? My OS hard drive jack, or USB, my USB formatting stick. I'm going to see if I have one of those after I format this to Windows base OS, and yeah, I'll come back and see what's going on next. All right, very good. So picking up several minutes later, I have reformatted the Western Digital 250 gig drive with NTFS, and so, all right, very good. Coming back here several minutes later, I've reformatted the Western Digital 250 gig drive with NTFS formatting, right? And on this, I've got a 64 gig, you get the idea, 64 gig micro SD stick into a USB micro SD reader, and this is going to be my bootable drive. If you're interested in a link to do that, I'm going to put that in the description where to find that at, but I just went to the Microsoft Windows website and downloaded a bootable disk 8. I think I got Windows 8, 8.1. All right, next I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I'm gonna have to, because of the way this works, this bracketing system, I'm gonna have to, I don't really want to use this, but it's kind of set up. It's set up in such a way that I don't really have much of a choice right now, unless I went through an entire rebuild of the bracketing for the hard drive here. So kind of keep it simple on myself. And what I really want to do again is test out, isolate, and identify what the beeping is for this machine, just to make sure that if it's the power supply, that I can avoid putting it into the other machine that I want to use it in. Shit. Isolate and identify. I don't need all the screws on here right now. Just need a couple in there to get moving. Small SATA on that side. Big SATA. Come on. There we go. Okay. And now, put a screw on the front. Maybe 2 screws on the front. Even out that support. All right, cool. That's back in place. I guess go ahead and I don't need the faceplate on right now. I'm gonna go ahead and set this back up, plug it in, and see if I, at least from a principal idea, get that beeping. Alright, where's our powers down here? Oh, what happened? What did I screw up? Got all that in place. I didn't take anything else out. Shit. Oh, okay, got it. That's one more thing I missed. I'm not used to dealing with older systems. I mean, I am, but sometimes I forget simple stuff. There we go. Let's see if that works. And I think I also have this set on the wrong power setting here. There we go. Switch that back. Damn. It's still beeping. Let me pause. Let me see if I can get my screen popped up here. Okay, so this is the second monitor I've tested here. I have the I've isolated it down to the VGA cable, so it's like I have no visual, right? I think it's a motherboard issue. Oh, that's disappointing. Yep, that's too bad. That is a motherboard-based issue that I can't even get a visual on. That is not something that I specifically have the tools, time, or whatever to deal with, or interest specifically. But I am very specific. I mean, not like this general computer, but I'm most specifically interested, now that I'm kind of isolated this down to, okay, this is a motherboard issue. I'm interested in getting these this particular set of readers, video reading ports that I am familiarized with out of it. Probably not the DVD-ROMs. Sometimes I tend to keep those, but a lot of the ones that I get in now, the computers I get in and work with, use ones that are like half this size. So I don't know. I might hang on to this. Basically, it's come down to the point where I would probably just part this out because I'm more interested. I know it can get power, so I want that. I want the power supply, the PSU. The hard drive, probably. I mean, I was able to reformat the hard drive, obviously. CPU, fan, things of that nature. The RAM, got some real basic RAM in there. Actually, I'm curious if this would be my last. I mean, this would be my last ditch effort on this. I don't necessarily think this is going to work, but see if I have. I mean, the RAM. Put more RAM in this, maybe. I don't think it's gonna work necessarily, but what am I looking at? This is doesn't tell me. Is it DDR2, 3? Looks familiar. I think I've got, but it also doesn't tell me how many. All the stickers are, all the identifying stickers aren't present. So that's not super helpful. Let's see if I've got anything. I did, well, maybe. This is a DDR2, and I've got 2 gig, and so I've got a couple 2 gigs. Obviously this isn't much, but it's better than nothing, so I can work with that. Just gotta get in there. Come on. All right. So this is kind of my last effort to see if I can. Otherwise, it. Ow, what the? Seriously? Why? Okay, whatever. That. Okay. See if it even runs without beeping. It'll also be, no, I don't think that's really the issue. Although it's something I will need, but what the hell? Take out the video card port reader as well. While I'm at it, isolating issues. So the steps I've taken at this point is I've upgraded the RAM from probably, I think it's like 256 meg to 4 gig. There, take that out. So that's, when I get to taking the whole thing apart, I'll do that part of it. That's plugged in, right? Yeah, everything else seems like it's in good shape, so let's plug it in, turn it back on, see what I get. Huh, no kidding. Alright, so damn. It looks like no beeping. That's wild. So it looks like it was the video card, or the video card, or the card that supports the video reading element that I'm interested in using. Because now I don't hear anything coming out of it. There's no beeping. So I might need to get this replaced. I don't know. I'm gonna bring up a visual now and see what happens. Can't believe well, I was isolating it. I can't believe I didn't take that out the first time around. But then I kind of wanted to keep it in. So, like, yeah. So much for that. So much for that. All right. Let's see if I get a visual now. Well, it's definitely thinking about it. Might be time to plug in the installation disk. Probably a good time for that. I guess I'll start going through those motions. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see it based on where the camera's at, but that little blinking light right there, it's thinking about. But the problem is, I wiped I wiped the thing, so it's waiting for something to read. It has nothing to read. It has no reading material. So gotta give it something to read. I'm gonna do that now. I don't have any working USB drives in the front, do I? That's per usual. Normally I have USB drives in the front that'll read. Currently I do not have any in the front that read. So that's something I gotta deal with. Okay, I have an installation disc in the back now. I don't know if I could have sworn I had a... I think this keyboard works. I don't know, let me reset it. And hold F12 while I'm rebooting. Hey, look at that. I got something. Boot menu, F1, system setup, system recovery. Let's do escape for boot menu. Shit, I ain't quick. I gotta do it again. F12. Escape for boot menu. I don't think this... I thought this keyboard worked. Damn it. Always with this stuff. Let's try. Got an Amazon Basics mouse on there, so let's just... I know this will work for a fact. It has to. I've been selling these Amazon Basics. Alright, I'll reboot it again. F12. Escape. Come on, for real? F10. Something. F1. Setup. System recovery. There we go. Something. Shit. Alright. There we go. System recovery. This is just a whole process. Setup defaults, F5, load, yes. Time, date, device, channel. I kind of just wanted the main, advanced, power. Dude. Hardware monitor, device configuration, boot, device priority, CD, network boot, hard drive group, network boot group, disable this, third, what? CD-ROM group, disable group, I don't care. Third, first, okay, so I got to switch out priority of boot drives. Network boot group, hard drive group 1, CD-ROM, floppy, network. Okay, so I had to rearrange, I know you can't see real well, but I had to rearrange the boot device priority. So when it's booting, so then F10 for save and exit, yes. Okay. So now I'm hoping that boots with the hard drive and maybe it'll read the USB drive too. We'll see. Didn't give me a USB drive as a boot device priority. So I might have to tinker with this a little bit. Normally what'll happen though, normally what happens is all I have to do is plug it in and it'll boot. But where this is not a normal USB drive, this is a micro SD in a reader in a USB port. Whereas most of my boot drives, like this is my Windows 10 Pro boot drive. I might end up plugging that in just to see what I can get out of that. This SD is situated with Windows 8. This is situated with Windows 10 Pro. So I might go ahead. I wanted to put Windows 8 on this because it's an older machine. I wasn't sure it'd probably be really sluggish with Windows 10 Pro, but just to get it moving here in the next, if nothing happens in like the next 10 minutes, I'm going to plug this guy in. I'm going to switch these out and restart it. Let's see if I can get this guy booted up instead. All right, very good. So, oh, I just had it. What happened? It just, dude. I thought I was back in good shape. What happened? Scratch that, false alarm. You know, having gotten to the point in this where I have the boot drive in there, and every time it starts to actually starts to read it, like right there you can see it started to read it, and it restarts the computer. So the entire process starts over and over and over and over and over again. It does not seem like this computer is going to process this this boot drive properly. So I think at that point I'm back to a motherboard or CPU issue. Probably yeah. I don't know if the CPU can handle this or what the case is here, but I think until further further diagnostic on it, I'm gonna have to cut this one off because I really yeah, just restarted itself again. I'm much more interested in using the power supply in a gaming computer unit, at least here in the short term. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is take the parts out that I want, to test on other things that I actually can turn around quicker. So I'm going to band some of this stuff back up. Let's see. So as much as I'd like to be able to use this media center, I think it's in my best interest here to keep moving. Oh, that was awesome. Shit. Well, whatever. I'm gonna disassemble this whole thing anyway. I don't think I'll be doing it on a on video necessarily, but I definitely want to get to. I'm more interested in. And now I got to get that. Where the hell did that screw go? That went way down in there. Of course, I want to get the power supply off. I wanted to see if I could get this engaged more so than what I did, but at least it allowed me to test out repeatedly the power supply, so I know the power supply is good. No issues there from what I could see. As far as its full capability, I mean, we'll be able to find that out, but that's really what I'm after. Now, get that out of there. Get that out of there. These damn things. There. Dude, come on. What the fuck? There. All right. Ow! All right. Let's see. Ah, there's that screw. Okay. Yeah, at least for the time being. It's not that this motherboard, ow, shit, is bad. It's just I'm not able to handle what I want to do. So I'm gonna take my test RAM back out of there. And I know I want these, but I don't necessarily need to take it right now. I'll just leave those in there. Get this guy out of the way. I know what I want off of him. More interested in taking this gaming computer build, testing out the power supply in him. Although, no, this is a peak, this is a 430, shit. This is a 430 and this is a 300. I screwed that up. I thought that was, I definitely thought I was looking for more there. So I don't think this power supply will be able to handle what I want here. How did I get that mixed up? What was I thinking about? You know what? Shit. I was thinking about a different unit entirely. Oh, man. I was thinking about a completely different unit. Not that this power supply is, you know, bad. It's just not the one I was after. Not for this one. need a comparable to the 430. Oh. This one's not. That one's not going to work.